I think it's a very important milestone, and I want to congratulate my colleague minister, Mr. Cadiz. His ministry had a very important role to play, along with Foreign Affairs, in the negotiation of this partial scope agreement, which has been initial today. And also, I want to congratulate Mr. Kevin Ramnarine. As you see, the importance of that MOU and energy for Trinidad and Tobago's products getting into the Panama Canal, and especially the bunkering facilities. And as well, with the expansion of the canal, we are now going to be opening up the markets in Japan and those countries much more easily. And also where the prices for LNG are at this time much higher. So there are many, many advantages to this relationship. We have always said, like the Prime Minister said this morning, that Latin America is our new frontier. And we have not just said that by mere use of words, but these are the strategic initiatives we are taking in order to accomplish that mission and vision. Remember, there is a 600 million persons market in the Central and South America region, which will be very important for manufacturers. And Mr. Cadiz has been saying over and over, that's a vast difference to just talking about a 6 million market in the CARICOM. So this paves the way for manufacturers to come into this region and to benefit from exports. Mr. Cadiz has already had trade missions from Guatemala coming to Trinidad, and also there have been exchanges. And I'm sure this will now multiply itself given this particular development here in Panama.
Yes, I think one of the landmarks is the time in which this partial scope agreement was done in 3 sessions. And I think this administration, led by the Prime Minister, Persad-Bissessar, is indicative of how this government operates, that we set our targets and we go after it and we complete it. And I just came back from the WTO, and there are issues that have been pending now for many, many years that we finally getting straightened out. So I think one of the major changes that we're seeing here is the time in which we take to negotiate. Of course, as Minister Rambachan says, right now, as of today, we have access to another 3.5 million people. And then that is going to continue and continue. And soon we will have the entire Central American region and also the non-English speaking islands of the Caribbean, which brings up our market from initially from 5 to 6 million people within CARICOM to nearly 70 million people. The Central American market is in excess of 14 million people. So it is a crucial market for us. And of course, these are our neighbors. So we don't need to go halfway around the world. Yes, that is very, very important. We're not discounting that. But the fact is that we have immediately within our neighborhood a very, very large market. And this initialing of this agreement today is the start of that whole process. So we're very, very pleased. And I think our suppliers of goods and services in Trinidad are going to be extremely pleased that this has happened. After lunch today, we meet with the Chambers of Commerce here in Panama, which again will further strengthen what it is that we have initialed here today.
What's the time frame for manufacturers in Trinidad and Tobago to be accessing what was signed today?
Well, we now have, in fact, we have a trade implementation unit within the ministry that was recently set up. And that is really a hand-holding affair to take our manufacturers and service providers and show them, the Ministry of Trade and Industry will lead that charge. So that is going to happen as soon as it can possibly happen. We will be initiating that.